Guess what, you guys? I'm such a dingbat. I am sitting here. Hello, how are you? I thought I was live. So sorry. It was my first time doing it. And then I finally hit a button and it says, go live. Hello, Christy. I would have sat here and done the whole thing if I hadn't looked up there. That's funny. So anyway, let me just start with saying this is my first time using StreamYard. I kind of played around with it yesterday, but I never actually went live, so I missed that button. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I was late, you guys. I was here. I was just talking to myself and nobody else. So anyway, we'll get started again. I showed you what I was going to do. I'm going to do the joy sign. Got it at Hobby Lobby. It says $5.99, so obviously we never pay full price for things at Hobby Lobby. We wait till it goes on sale, so I probably paid $3 for it. But it's a neat little sign. It's made out of MDF, so it's not the paper mache one. This is the wood one. I think they have it in the paper mache too. So hello there. Why we lost a couple. It's my fault. I am so sorry. I messed up. That was my fault. Hopefully they'll come back. Let's hope. So I was just talking along and everything. So anyway, I'm Christy from Funky Junk Inspirations, and I'm new to YouTube and fairly new to the creative world as far as going live and things like that. I do have a Facebook page. It's called Funky Junk Inspirations. I'd greatly appreciate if you jump over there and follow me. I do plan on using this platform too. I think this is going to be fun. I was reading some of the features that StreamYard has, and it's kind of cool, some of the features that you can do. So I think that would be neat. So anyway, I'm going to get started. I'm going to on the star, we're going to put decoupage's napkin on here. So since this is brown and this is white, I'm going to paint this a white on here. On my J and my Y, I'm going to paint in the agave colors. And I like the agave with the crimson red. I think that is really pretty. So I'm going to paint the edges red. And my napkin has red in it. So it's all good. So let's start with the white on the star, so that it can be getting dry, since we're going to decoupage on there. All your links are in the post on the, the Crafty Creators community. I have no reason to be nervous, but I'm really nervous. Okay, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that. And anybody that is watching, make sure you go subscribe to that too, because you get to see all kinds of neat crafters and stuff. And I also I might be wrong, up in the description of this is the link for Craft Peep, who follows me next. So you can go there and it'll take you straight to her channel. So if I did that right. You guys, everything's trial and error. I remember my first Facebook Live was a mess too. So we'll just work through it. It's okay. Everybody, guys can always watch on the replay. It's not like it's lost to everything. So I hope a couple people do come back. That would be nice. I have been posting on my page today that I was going to be on here, which is, like I said, is unusual and new. So a lot of my people were sending me messages like, what? I don't understand. What do you have to do? What do I need to do? So maybe they'll jump back. So plus I came on an hour early, so earlier than what was originally scheduled, but it's all good. It's all good. So I hope everybody had a really good Wednesday. It's hump day. We all love hump day. It's kind of nice to be on the downside for the week, coming up on the weekend. So that's a nice thing. This white paint that I'm using is Rust-Oleum chalk paint. I buy it in the quart. I buy it at Menards. I know they have it other places, but I really like it. And I put it in these FIFO bottles. That way it's, I can use it. It's kind of like your condiment bottle at Subway. And I just pour it in there so I'm not opening that can constantly. And it doesn't dry out as fast and stuff. So I really like to use it. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. You can buy a quart. I don't think it's quite a quart, but a quart of it for like $13. Well, that's a lot of little bottles. So I like to use it. And it's a nice chalk paint. Covers really well. Now this is really brown, so it didn't cover super well on there. but it did pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside. We're going to do the agave. I'm going to go ahead and start painting the fronts of these with the agave. And then we're going to go back and we're going to do the red on that and then the red on this. So that way stuff has time to get dry and everything. So, and I greatly appreciate Tammy asking me if I wanted to be involved in going live on YouTube. I think this is a fun thing to do, because I have been having this. Some people are having trouble accessing the chat. That stinks. So hopefully we can get, hopefully, you know, it's just like anything new that you try. I know you guys have been doing this for a minute, so you understand all that's going on, but maybe after I get used to it a little bit. I think what I want to try to do is maybe do pick one day a week, or even two, that I broadcast onto YouTube. So I think that would be a good idea. So I'll probably start doing that. Now this is the Waverly chalk paint, and it usually covers pretty good. Like I said, this is so brown. I might have to put 2 coats on it, but we'll see. We have an hour. Me too. Luckily, I have my laptop. Yeah. See, my problem is, and I kind of panicked today, and I messaged Tammy because I was reading some stuff while I was at work, and it kind of made it sound like you had to go on your laptop. Well, I have a laptop. That isn't the problem. My problem is I live out in the middle of the country. So the only internet that we have is basically a hotspot. So it's like having another cell phone. And so it's not real good. It jumps on and off. So, I'll keep doing the shorts. Yeah, I'm starting to figure all that out. My problem is I have trouble getting all my videos downloaded. It seems like it takes forever for them to download, which is probably normal. But I think a lot of it has to do with our internet. Because like I said, we live way out in the country. Isn't that a pretty color? I just love that color. And I love it for Christmas. I actually love it for about everything. So it's not exclusive Christmas type thing for me. I like it in the spring for Easter, and I like it in the summer. So I even painted some pumpkins in the fall. So it's not just a winter color. It's just, I just love the color. Let's just say that. But anyway, we live way out here in the sticks. I didn't mix that up very well. See how it's kind of streaky? But that's all right. We like different and unusual stuff. So, but we live out here, and our internet just, you know, it's hit and miss. And then if the girls, I have 2 teenage girls that live here with me, and if you know, if they would happen to jump on, because, you know, they all listen so well when you say, hey, I'm going live, don't use the internet. We all know how that works. That's the time that they absolutely positively have to get on. Look at that, you guys. I did not mix that very well. I might have to stop and, no, actually, I'm just going to mix it in there. So it'll be okay. But anyway, but I did post a short today. It was actually a reel that I'd done on Facebook. So it's like, well, I'm going to put that on there and see how this works. So I'm going to get it figured out. It'll take me a minute, but I'll get it figured out, because it seems like this is going to be a fun thing to do. And I love watching all you guys. I've been fans of all you guys that are on this community. You know, Christy and Shanna and Tammy and stuff. I've been watching you guys for a while. And so, you know, I think it's neat. You guys do some really neat, fun stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to take the red, and I'm going to go around this outside. Now, I will tell you this. According to the eyeballs, it says there's 4 people on here, and I'm not seeing comments. So if I'm missing a comment, please, please, please don't think I'm ignoring you, because I will go back. I'm pretty sure I can. I will go back and read the comments, and I'll, you know, answer your questions or talk to you, or whatever you said. I will say something to you, but sometimes we don't always see comments on things. That happens on Facebook too. So, you know, and then you'll have a live, and then boom, all of a sudden, all the comments come flying in, because now you can see them. So, okay, but this is the crimson red. I like this color red. It's a bright red, but it's not like a pinky red. It's just red. It's crimson color. But I'm just going to kind of go, because I just want the edges red. Now, y'all, I will finish the back of this, but I won't do it on the live unless, you know, it looks like we're going to have a lot of time. probably not, because you guys are probably going to just sit here and watch me paint for a little bit. Now, if I get a little bit on the white, that's okay. I'm not going to panic because I am covering it with the napkin. But what I can do is, while it's still wet, I can go ahead and get me a wipe out and kind of dab it off just a little bit. It looks like I need to open another thing. And you like this when your wipes get towards the bottom and they're just like a washcloth that hasn't been wrung out yet. So we'll just bring that out in there. So, but anybody that's just hopping on, again, I'm Christy from Funky Junk Inspirations, and this is my first time going live on YouTube. See, I just wiped that blob off. So it's no big deal. Kind of took the white off a little bit, but that's all right. Because like I said, I'm going to cover it with the napkin. So, but I do have a Facebook page, and I usually go live on there. I'm fairly new to all this. I've had a page for about a year. In February, it'll be about a year that I had a business page, but I never went live or anything on it. I just kind of posted some things on it, and that was it. And finally, I got the nerve up and started going live, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's not as scary as it seems like. You think that it would be the scariest thing in the world, but it's not too bad. So I did that and been gaining some followers. So that's nice. I like having lots and lots of friends because I have lots of ideas for some fun things to do, and, you know, groups that we could do, because I love, love, love doing all kinds of crafts. I'm not one particular type of craft. I am an ambassador for Essential Stencils, so I do some stenciling. I'm also a designer for Chalk Couture. I don't do a lot of Chalk Couture on my page because I am a designer for them, and I love doing their stuff. I don't know. I don't really do that a whole lot. I probably should just occasionally do a couple things. But my granddaughter, who is 12, I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old grandkids that live with me. They're both girls, and she likes to do the Chalk Couture stuff. So we had a bake-off this weekend with another group that I'm with, and it was cookies. We all baked cookies. So I had Lily, while the cookies were baking, to fill in some time. She actually did a reindeer sign, a Chalk Couture sign, and did it in about 5 minutes. So it turned out as good as you and I would do it. So it's kind of easy. But I do that kind of stuff. I like to do napkin stuff. I like to do, I think I would fit in pretty good with the gals here because it seems like they all do a lot of different things also. So I like that. I like the variety of things. I follow all kinds of different crafters. I've just been kind of getting into like some of the paper stuff. One of the crafters that I follow is Grace from the Comfy Nest. I'm going to go over that with white again because I just pulled some of that white paint off. Maybe I should put tape on this. No, when I paint it. But see, I just did the red around the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and take the white and put just a little bit more on the front here where I kind of went over. Probably should have done the edges first. Hindsight, you guys, hindsight. You have a plan in your head, and a lot of times you don't do the plan the right way, or as you're doing it, you're like, oh man, I should have done it this way instead of that way. But I didn't. So it's all good. All happy little mistakes. So just remember, y'all, when you're crafting and stuff, everything is fixable. You know, if you don't like something, sand it off. Start over. Or, you know, you just keep working with it. You know, I've heard people say it's got to get ugly before it gets pretty. So, and sometimes I think that's true. I made a sign a couple weeks ago, and as I'm doing it, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm going, oh my God, this is turning out to be the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. But when I got it all finished, it's sitting in my living room. I really like it. So it's just funny how you know, like I said, it's got to be ugly before it gets pretty. So that's what I think. But anyway, I do all kinds of crafts and stuff. I try to go live a couple days a week. I was trying to do 30 in 30 days, but I do work full time. and I get overtime that way. I'm a tool maker for Chrysler, so I work 40 hours a week there plus. So I sometimes, and with teenagers, husband, life in general, I don't always get up here, you know, but I do try. I try to get up here. I try to go live at least every other day if possible. So, and do something fun. I have a whole list. I went through, um, Tammy says she's a do as I say, not as I do crafter. Exactly. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi. Hello. Sorry I'm a little late. You know what, Jacqueline? I was late too. I was having a little brain fart and kind of messed up start. And I was just talking to you guys and I hadn't hit the live button. Not funny? I think it's funny. Can't laugh at yourself. Who can you laugh at, right? So, but I'll know next time. Hit live. Hello. That's kind of an obvious thing. But anyway, I have a closet door right over here to my right-hand side, and I take Post-it notes and I write ideas down, and I stick them on that door. And that door is covered, you guys, just absolutely covered with ideas of different crafts I want to do. And I get so frustrated sometimes because it's like, I want to get this done and want to get that done. And, there's only so many hours in the day. And I envy the people that can get a lot of that stuff done. But to be honest, I bet you really there's a lot of stuff they don't get done that they would like to get done. Just don't seem like it, Got to get in here on this J. It's kind of a little bit tricky right here. Didn't think about that when I decided I was going to paint the sides a different color. But we got it. We can get it. Do anything we want to. But I was talking about if you make something and it's not turning out right, just keep going. Oh, look at that. I got red all over the front. Let's wipe that off a little bit. You know what? We may dry brush a little red on the top, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of am liking it like this, though. That's okay. But yeah, sometimes you just keep going because usually it'll end up being cute, So, well, that was kind of a pain in the butt, you guys, going around that J. Now let's get this inside of it. But we got it. Here we go. So anyway, got Jacqueline on here. Hugs back, Bethwin. Is it Bethwin? I kept looking at that thinking, I know I'm going to say that wrong because I can look at somebody's name and know what their name is and say it wrong when I've known them for 20 years. So, but yeah, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Isn't that the little engine that could? Just keep going. So it'll turn out. But anyway, that's not this craft. I think that this is going to turn out really, really cute. I think I'm going to really like this. And, but like I said, you can always start over. Do something different. But there we go. So it's Wednesday, like I said, it's hump day, which is nice. I'm not scheduled to work this weekend, so that's awesome. So I'm probably going to spend a lot of time up here getting my list of things I want to do done. I'm hoping anyway. We'll see. My husband has to work Saturday. He works midnight, so he'll go in Friday night. So anyway, let's see. There we go. Okay, so I do have some red on here. Let's get that off. A little bit off there. Here we go. So, look what I did. It's okay. There, I got that. Let's sit this up here to dry so that can get dry, and let's do the Y. So, anyway, so did you hold him? Oh, you guys are talking. I love that. I like it when people are talking amongst each other because sometimes I get so focused on what I'm doing, I forget to look up. I've been told that. You need to make sure you look up, pay attention. They're talking to you. And sometimes I forget. I get so into what I'm doing. But it's everybody ready for Christmas? You've all, I know what you're going to say. All your shopping's done. You've bought something for everybody. You made gifts. You got all of it completed. Is that what everybody's going to tell me? Because I haven't even started Christmas shopping. I don't know what it is about this year. Usually I've been shopping and been in a total panic by now because I'm not done. And I just haven't wanted to go out with all the people. There's so many people out, it seems like. But just haven't wanted to go out. I think I'm probably going to try to do a little bit of Christmas shopping this weekend. My husband and I usually go together to get for all our grandkids. He has a granddaughter, and then I have my 2 granddaughters, and then I have a 3-year-old grandson. So it's fun for them. My grandson will be easy because if it's a dinosaur, it's what he wants. It's what he wants. So he loves the dinosaurs. So I think we might try it in February up in Fort Wayne. I'm in Indiana. So I live in Kokomo, which is about 50 miles north of Indianapolis. But in Fort Wayne, which is northern Indiana, in February, they're having one of those dinosaur quests. So I would like to talk to his mom and see if we can take him up to that, because he's 3. So he would just love that. He's been so excited with the Santa stuff going on. And I could tell you a funny story. They were at the store. My daughter calls me and says that they're at the store, and Declan finds a dinosaur that he wanted to get. And so my daughter, Alex, she says, Declan, you can't get that right now. It's too close to Christmas. You need to ask Santa Claus for it. Well, he was mad, of course, like any 3-year-old would be mad. Mom said no to something. But they go out to the car, and their whole way home, are you taking me to Santa's house? Are you taking me to Santa's house? Are you taking me to Santa's house? And he just didn't understand that she couldn't just drive him up to the North Pole to see Santa. And so he was mad, but he got over it a little bit. Then a couple days later, they start talking about their elf, because she does the elf on the shelf with them. And his name's Lloyd, which is my dad's name. My dad passed away a couple years ago, so he never got to meet Declan, and he would have loved him because I'm an only child and a girl. And then I had 2 girls, and then my oldest daughter had the 2 girls. So it was really, for a long time, I was a single mom. And my husband and I have been married 6 years in December. So it was, my dad was the only man around. So when they got the elf and was trying to come up with a name, Alex said, you know what, I'm going to name it Lloyd. Nobody else has an elf named Lloyd. Since that was her papa's name. So anyway, Lloyd's coming. So she's talking to Declan about it and explaining it to him, because he's 3 and it's still a fairly new thing. He probably doesn't remember from last year. He might, but so she's talking to him about, he gets mad. He's mad because she told him that the elf has to come before Santa comes. But he wants Santa to come right now because he needs to tell him that he wants that dinosaur at the store. So he was mad. So she texted me and she said, I'm not sure what's going to happen in the morning when Declan gets up and sees that elf here and doesn't see Santa. He might be mad about the elf. But he wasn't. It all worked out real good. So he likes the elf. And the elf's been doing silly things. The snow angels and all that fun stuff. We still have an elf here at our house. Now, the 14-year-old, she really doesn't want a lot to do with it. But my 12-year-old granddaughter, she doesn't believe like that. But she goes along with the fun. She knows that Grandma thinks it's fun. So she goes along with it. So that's cute. So we still have the elf. And we'll probably have the elf even after they're gone. Because I think it would be fun to have an elf and keep doing it when they're adults, and that way we can send them pictures of what the elf's doing, just to bug them. My daughter and I only buy for $2 autistic nonverbal boys, and they don't really understand Christmas. We tell them that Santa brings them gifts to Jesus' birthday, but we are finished shopping for them. Well, good. I'm glad that you finished shopping for them, and all you can do is explain it to them. So that's interesting. Yeah, Declan, he don't understand, so that's fun. But like I said, my youngest granddaughter, she plays along with Grandma. So every morning she sends me the picture. I'm already at work when they're getting ready for school. Oh, napkin. Obviously, you need to take the plies off. I'm not sure if this is 2-ply or 3-ply, but it's always going to have at least 1 ply. I usually keep these because you can take these and scrunch them up and Mod Podge them on something. And then you could put paper or another napkin on top, and it gives it texture. So it's just something kind of cool to do. So I usually keep those, and I use tape to tear mine apart. Some people use an X-Acto knife or water. Yep, it's 3-ply. But I really like the tape. It goes quick and fast, and I always have tape since I'm a stenciler. So I always have tape stuck somewhere. A lot of times I have tape stuck on myself, So I'm just going to pull this apart. Normally, I probably would have cut it so that I wasn't using the whole thing up and just got what I needed. But I'm going to do a couple other things with this napkin when I'm done. And you can see this napkin. See, it's got the faintness in there. So that would be cute, like in an art journal or something. Just the faintness of it. So I want to sit my star so that it's going to sit. So I'm going to take my napkin, and I want to make sure that I've got some of the red ones in here. Without, let's see, well, probably going to have to do it like this, right here. So that'll look good. That'll look good right there. Okay, so I like to use this liquid text, but matte medium. That's what I like to use for the napkins. It's like Mod Podge, but it is not a sealer. I love your humor and the way you converse with us. Well, I try to talk to everybody, and it's funny because when I first started doing lives, I have to shut the door, because if I don't shut the door, I have a cat. And the cat likes to come up here and bug me. So I have to lock her out. But my very, very, very first live that I did, when I got all done, I walked to the door, and they're all sitting out there laughing at me. The teenagers were videotaping me and saying, "Look, my grandma's in her craft room talking to herself." It's like, you guys are mean people. But anyway, I like to use this. It is not a sealer like Mod Podge is. Mod Podge, after I'm all done, I'll put Mod Podge over the top of it. So if somebody touches it, it kind of seals it and it won't leave a fingerprint or tear it up, or if somebody spills a little bit of water, something like that. But I like to use this to put my napkins on because it's real thin. And I like it because it's thin, and because it's watery, it absorbs into the napkin real fast. And I will tell you this, I don't mind wrinkles. I've done the iron method on certain things, but honestly, the wrinkles really don't bother me. So I think I like texture and things, and so that's what I like. I have a project coming up that I'm going to do half and then half, just so that I don't, look, I stuck that in white paint. Maybe I won't use this napkin for my next thing. But there we go. I have another project coming up. Let's see. And I'm going to try to put the napkin over the top of, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and tear one piece off. So I'm going to take and put the napkin on top of it. I'm going to try it first and see what it looks like. I know you can do it with paper just to add texture underneath. So I like the texture. I'm just using this brush, and I painted it white, and it is my Mod Podge Pouncing brush, because, by nature, I guess you could say, napkins are naturally absorbent, and the whole idea is to get, all this medium all the way through the napkin so that it'll, let it absorb it so it'll stick. But I like to do a little bit at a time. That way, it doesn't dry and I don't have to keep adding more of whatever medium that you use, the Mod Podge or whatever. Oh, and speaking of Mod Podge, I don't know why this made me think of it, but I want to try some of them ornaments the glass ornaments that you put the paint on the inside. I was watching a girl. That's my problem at work. Yeah, you love the teenagers. At work, at lunch and stuff, I'll sit and I have discovered TikTok, you guys. I always thought TikTok was for, the kids to stand in front of and do dances and things like that, and et cetera, et cetera. Well, I've been watching some crafters, and they're like, oh no, there's a bunch of craft videos and stuff on there. So last few days, I've been stuck in this rabbit hole of watching these TikTok videos. So I'm going to probably start putting some things on there because that was kind of cool, some of that stuff and everything. But I thought it was just like the dancing of the teenagers. So, but I don't know why I was telling you about TikTok, because I was telling you about that. Oh, I know. I lost my train of thought. Teenagers, yes. But I was watching TikTok, and I was watching a girl do those, and that was really cool. Those look neat. She did it on the inside with the paint and kind of rolled it around, mixed it together and rolled it around. I've seen it on the outside, but I hadn't seen it on the inside. Okay, I'm going to take my I'm going to put my lid on this, because if you're new to me, I like to knock things over and spill things. Hence, I have black stain in the middle of my craft room on the floor. Knocked a whole quart over one day. So, but I'm going to dry this a little bit, and then we're going to sand this off, and maybe put a little bit of some embellishments on it. I decided what I want to put on the front here, and decide if we want to stress those out a little bit, maybe on the blue put some red and some white and stuff like that. So just want that to dry a little bit so it doesn't tear. And I'm just going to take one of these little guys, these little sanding things. They go on, well, I just threw it across the room. I'll just use this. They go on this. But it seems like I'm always just picking the sandpaper up rather than the actual tool that the sandpaper goes to. So, whoops. There we go. But I hope these girls invite me back to do some more of this, even though I messed up a little bit there at the beginning. This has been a lot of fun. I like learning new things, so it's been interesting. I've probably been driving Tammy nuts, asking her questions. Not sure, I didn't want to mess up, so, and then I did. I forgot to hit live. That's so funny. Can't wait to tell my kids about that. They'll make fun of me. Anything to make fun of Grandma, or Mom. Makes them happy. But like I said, I've been stuck on the rabbit hole of the TikTok stuff, and there's some really cool things on there. It gives you lots of neat ideas of fun things to do. So there's our star. Isn't that pretty? I love this napkin. I think this napkin's cool. Sit this over here. So let's see, we would be Joy like this, sitting on the thing. That looks kind of cool right there. I think we do need to do some stressing. My thing go. I'll go right along the edges here first off, and then I think we'll put a little bit of the red and some white, kind of dry brush it on these letters a little bit, and then while the star dries, and just to make it look like it's got a little substance to it, a little texture. So I'll do this one here, but there we go. I'm going to sit this right up here, and let's take I'm going to take my chip brush, just a little one, and I'm going to put a little bit of red paint on. I like to, I don't know, can you guys see? I like to use aluminum foil is what I end up putting my paint on. I don't know why. That's what I like to do. I've probably seen somebody do it once, and sometimes I'll use my craft paper. I cover my table with the craft paper, so sometimes I use that. But most of the time I use the aluminum foil sheets and just toss them when I'm done. So actually I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the white. I'm not a crafter. I just love to watch. I used to do some crafting when I was younger. You should keep doing crafting. It's so therapeutic. Pick it up and do it again. Just kidding. Some people like crafting, some people don't. You know, my mom likes to do stuff, but most of the time, or a lot of the time, she'd rather me just do it for her. So, but she likes to do a little bit of crafting. We used to do it when we were little, but you know, I've got a really good friend that wants absolutely nothing to do with it. I'm constantly saying, hey, you know, why don't you come out and we'll have a craft night and we'll just, you know, I don't drink wine. We'll just drink some beer and or some mixed drinks or something, and we'll just do a few little crafts. She don't want nothing to do with it. I'll come out and watch you do it, type thing. It's like, well, that's no fun. But she just doesn't like crafting. And then I have a couple friends that really like crafting, so there, just kind of distressing it a little bit. Some of that red was wet and smeared a little, but that's okay because I'm gonna go straight with the same brush. I'm gonna go straight to the red. And I'm going to dab it off. Now, on the red, I don't want it to be pink. So I'm not going to push real hard. And I'm just going to kind of just do it. Just go over it. Because I don't want it to mix with the white and end up being pink. Even though I have white on my brush, it's still sitting on the ends. So, see right there. Isn't that cool? I like that. I think that's cool. I like that kind of stuff. I like the distressing and stuff. So I do a lot of porch leaners and farmhouse signs and stuff like that. I have a little booth at one of our stores at the mall here in town. So I have a lot of signs and things like that up there. I love doing that. And it's funny because, you know, people that don't like the farmhouse type stuff, they're like, why do you always make it look like it's ancient? It's like, I like it that way. Your therapy's cooking. Ooh. I live with my daughter. She is a sole supporter of us. So I would rather her spend the money on the groceries, bills, and I understand that. I understand that completely. Because it's just like, you know, just like the meme says, or, you know, you read things. What crafters see, you know, you see it at the store and it's like, I'm not paying $20 for that. I'm going to spend $250 buying the supplies to make that. You know, so it can get costly. I'm going to go across this napkin, you guys, with this red real gently, just because I can. And yeah, I think that looks cool. So make it look a little older looking. I'm going to grab the white. The white kind of turned. Let's get another brush. My white turned kind of pink on that. I knew better, but I did it anyway. So I'm going to grab a little white and we'll go across there. And I think I might get the blue out and put some blue across this napkin. You know, just to add a little texture. I'm probably going to put something on the front of this and you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So let's get a little bit of this blue out. Not too much, just a little. Or the agave color. So, let's see, look, isn't that neat? I think that's neat how that swirls up inside there. I think that's kind of cool. So, I'm going to leave it swirled up like that. I'm just going to go across here like this. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of liking this, you guys. This looks kind of cool. I was going to take it up to the store, but see, that's my problem with the crafting stuff. Wow, that's awesome. I've never seen anyone do this. Well, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, see, isn't that cool looking? And it picked up all those high spots and those wrinkles. So it looks like it's old too. So that's kind of cool. We could go around the edges, but I think I'm just going to leave them that stark red. So here's what we have so far right here to sit. But I was going to take this up to the store, but I'm thinking I might keep this thing. This looks really cute. So these are done. I'm going to leave them alone. So now what I'm going to do is I want to put something in the middle of this. And I have a whole bunch of stuff sitting here. I was kind of thinking, thought about this ball. I thought about cutting some of these off. But I don't know. And then I thought to take all this green off and maybe put some of these little guys, the red, just the red stuff on there. I don't know. Like that. Or I just have we'll put a bow up here. Could just hang this big, huge jingle bell. You know, put a bow up here and hang this jingle bell from it. That might be kind of neat. That might be kind of neat. Or we have these. We could paint these that agave color. And you could just sit that right there on the front and put a little bow up here. I'm not sure. Let's paint this and see if we like that. Because it'd be pretty even if we don't like it is. Now, I will tell you that one of the secrets that I do with these that have all this, if I take my paintbrush and go to paint this, every time I go across it, I'm going to have a little burp on the side over here. And then I end up having to paint the sides because I can't stand it. That's just me. So then I have to paint the sides. Well, since I paint the sides, then I got to paint the back. So this is how I do these. And it works out pretty good most of the time. Not going to say it's perfect all of the time, but it works out most of the time. I need to take my brushes, and I don't want to put them up yet. I think we're done with the Mod Podge brush. Stick it in my water, but let's sit these over here so I have a spot. I'm going to open this up, and just had it open, y'all. I know I just had it open, but if I didn't close it, I would spill it. I promise you I would spill it. So I'm just going to take a makeup wedge, sponge, whatever you want to call it. Now, let me show you something. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. See how flimsy they are? They work in a pinch, but these sponges right here, they're nice and stiff. I get them at Target, and they're just nice and stiff. They almost feel like the foam that would be like in your memory foam mattress. And see how it's cut crooked? I use it, then I cut it off and save it because I'm a tightwad. I can't help it. I like to save stuff. But I'm going to put some of this paint on here. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to dab a bunch of it off. Kind of like when you're stenciling, you don't want very much on the end of your thing. And then I'm just going to do this. I might have to do it twice, but it kind of keeps it from, I'm not saying that every time you do this, you don't get any on the sides. But it does help keep it from the sides. And I think it goes faster doing it this way because you're putting less paint on and it dries real fast. And this is just how I like to do it. Keeps it from, I just think it keeps it from getting all over the side. And like I said, it's a little easier. You don't have it all over your hands either. Although I already have paint all over my hands, but this is how I do it. So sometimes I have to do a couple layers, or, a couple coats, I guess, not really layers. We're not really layering anything on here. So, that just made me think of looking at this. Have any of you guys tried the decoupaging with the napkin and then lighting it on fire and it burning off around it? I haven't tried that yet. I keep watching people do it again on TikTok. Today I was watching Bad Dad Jokes. Actually, it's not called Bad Dad Jokes. It was just dad jokes. And oh my gosh, I can't remember any of them because I'm a horrible joke teller. But there was at one point I was sitting there with my headphones on. I start laughing out loud. And then, of course, I look up and everybody's looking at me. It's like, oh, you wouldn't get it. So, but see, that covers that real nice. And then I don't have it all blobbed on the sides. So that's how I like to do that. That's up to you. Hello from Seattle. You just blew my mind with that trick. Thank you. I do this a lot because I love these things like this. And see this one right here? I haven't done anything with it yet, but I'm going to show it to you. I got this at Hobby Lobby the other day. Isn't that pretty? But that would be a nightmare to use a brush with. But see, we can go, and even like doing this different colors, just go, you know, your makeup brush or your makeup wedge. It has a straight edge. If it wasn't cut like mine is, it has a straight edge. So you can get right up there to the edge. And even if they kind of go into each other, you know, it kind of makes it look like that ombre. Kind of, nobody will notice it but you. You're the only person that will notice it. So Tammy does the burning. Ooh, I'm going to have to go. You know what? I think I knew that. I think I've seen her do that. That scares me a little. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I did it down in my kitchen the first time, maybe I would like it because it looks really, really cool. I'm just a big chicken. But yeah, so you can go right up to the edges and stuff, so you can still do the different colors. And if you needed to like get into here, this edge here, you can cut chunks of that off and do that. I've even taken this and then pretend like these are pliers or tweezers, and then I can hold it if I had tweezers and stuff and then go over it. So you kind of get the idea. But anyway, that's what I like to do. So, but I'll be doing those pretty soon because aren't those pretty? I couldn't believe they had any left. I was just wandering around there. I had to go pick something. Oh, I make gnomes, and for my daughter, it cuts hair. My youngest daughter's a nurse. My eldest daughter, she cuts hair, and my eldest daughter works at a local barbershop here in town. It's called Barlow's Barbershop, and they have all they do all the beard butters and the beards, and you know, now they're into the mullet things. Well, her boss calls me and says, just don't leave a lot to burn, okay? I'll do that. But I'm gonna try that. But he calls me and he says, can you make ornaments for our Christmas tree? And I said, sure. So I made him look like a barber pole and put you know, silhouettes of men with mullets and beards and different fun things like that. And then he says, well, can you make us a gnome with a mullet? And of course I said, yeah, no problem. But then after that, it was like, how can I do a mullet on a gnome? First of all, they have a big hat and their beard usually goes all the way around. So I did the gnome. I've got a picture of it. I'll have to put it on here. I basically did the gnome where he had like a goatee. So his beard was just like, I'm doing it like I'm a gnome. But his beard was just like right here. And then I took extra fur and made him into a mustache and made it come up like this. And then I cut a piece and put it in the back of his hat. And I put a sock hat on him. So the sock hat still stuck up a little bit, but not quite as high. Well, he posted on his page. Now you got to make 10 more of those. And a Grinch gnome, a Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz gnome. So we'll be making gnomes here before long. And I don't know why I started talking about gnomes, but I did. So anyway, see, I think that might look cute on there. What do you guys think? Do you think that would look cute in the middle of that with the joy? It says joy and then Merry Christmas. I might be too busy, but hey, I think it'll be cute. Let's take some red ribbon. And I'm actually going to let's put a little bow and just tie it on there. Let's see. Those are awful thick. Hold, please. I've got some thin red over here. So we'll use that. Yes, I have my stretchy pants on, you guys. So here we go. There we go. I'm going to just use this thin red. And I think we'll do it kind of like, maybe I think I'm just going to put a bow on there and then I'm just going to glue him on there. That's what I think I'm going to do. So I'm just going to do a simple little bow. I'll cut some of this. Just do the regular bow. I was going to do a refab bow, but I think that would be just a little too much. I'm just going to do a bow like you tie on your shoe. So, and make that a little smaller there. Here we go. kind of like that. Just a simple little bow. I'll put it right there. Like that. I'm going to leave these kind of long. I'll cut them in a second. Now, I'm going to use this glue right here. I'm going to put this on first. Since this has so many intricate things, and if I use hot glue, it's probably going to bubble through. But I want it to dry fast, but I also don't want to make my fingers stick together. So I use this stuff called Stick Fast, and it works real good on wood. It's almost like super glue, but it doesn't dry as fast as, you know, how you do super glue. Not dry, I should say, but stick, and you get your fingers, and then your fingers are stuck together. It's not going to do that to you. But it does dry quickly, and it has this little itty bitty point, and I can get right along these edges here. And like I said, it sticks real good. It dries clear. So if you do get a little blob, because this does have a lot of, this is probably not meant to be stuck on something. It's more of an ornament to hang on your, well, obviously it's an ornament to hang on your tree, but it's more of a, that type of thing. So you would paint both sides of it. So there's not a lot of landing spots on here, but it doesn't dry so fast that you can't work like this and get it on there. So, but like I said, if I get it on my fingers, it washes right off. I don't have to worry about that I've got super glue stuck to my hands. So, because I don't know if you guys ever stuck your fingers together with super glue. I have. I definitely have. So I'm just going to hold that on there for a second. So that would be cute. So, and like I said, you guys, as soon as I'm done, I've got 4 minutes, but as soon as I'm done, up in the description, I put Tammy's page. You all probably know Tammy. So you know her channel, I should say, not her page, her channel. But see, that's stuck already. Now I could pull it off, but I'm not gonna be able to just move it. So, so it's on there. So we're gonna take this little guy, and I'm just gonna put some glue around this hole right here, and I'm just gonna glue this right here, and that's it. What I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna put anything else on here. But I'm gonna hold that for a sec because this is material, so it might take a little bit longer to dry. But anyway, jump on over to Tammy's channel and make sure you watch her. She'll be on. And then I believe Christy is on after her, if I remember correctly. So you'll have to stay up late and watch her. I like to watch Christy. I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So my husband works thirds, so I usually wait till he gets to work to tell me he got there and everything. That's not sticking very good. I'm going to just hold my finger there. And then I try to go to bed. But what I usually do when I'm laying in bed is I watch Christy craft. And then I end up, next thing you know, it's midnight, 1 o'clock. You got to get up. It's stuck to my finger. I don't know why that's not sticking. I've never had this problem. So everything I just said about that glue, never mind. So let's just take a little bit of hot glue. Put a little bead on there. I've never had it do that before, you guys. Isn't that crazy? I just want to dab. A little dab will do ya. So, and if it ends up where there's a blob there and I don't like the way it looks, I'll put a little something in the middle. But at least with the hot glue, it'll dry real fast. But anyway, I'll sit and watch her, and then next thing you know, it's late. It's like, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed. And then usually my first break, I finish watching her. Gotta see what else she made. So anyway, look at that. Isn't that cute? What do you guys think? You think that's cute? I think it is. I don't think it's too busy. So anyway, I am going to see what I'll do with this, the little sponge. So I'll just cut the end off. Ta-da! I have more sponge. So I just throw this away. It's out of the way. So let's see what we have here. The J and the Y. So we have joy. So we could sit it like that or like this, you know, however we wanted to do it. I'm probably going to do mine. Here, let me show you. Let's see, how much time do we got? Oh, we're out of time. Anyway, I'll probably put it down in like a dough bowl and then do the same watching Christy, but at least I'm on the West Coast. Oh yeah, it's still early probably that way. What is it? Probably going on 6 o'clock that way, maybe? Not sure. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I'll probably sit this like down in a dough bowl, and you know the little red beets you can put on your tree. I'll probably put some of that around it, and you know some little greenery and different things like that. So anyway, I greatly appreciate you guys watching me. I had a lot of fun. I'm sorry for the hiccup at the beginning. And again, my name's Christy from Funky Junk Inspirations, and I am on all the social medias. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd follow me and subscribe to my channel here. I'm going to try to go live on here quite often because this was a lot of fun. And I hope you have a good night and a good tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, 6 o'clock. See, it's supper time for you. You need to go get supper. Thank you. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.